established rich coming right back at you. This one hurts a little different because this ain't about a comedian I never respected. This is about somebody I used to root for. Corey Holcomb was the underdog, the man who stood on business, the man who said what Hollywood wouldn't say, the man who felt unfiltered, authentic. And for years, it felt like the whole industry was holding him back. It felt like he was just too real for the big platforms. But now, it don't feel like it was the industry. It felt like it was him.
The story is not being told the right way. Corey Holcomb was protecting himself and always will protect himself against drug addicts. This woman, since I had the incident with her, she stabbed a man. So all you guys who don't know what you're talking about is predictable because you have feeble minds. Sean Holly, the drug addict woman, and TMZ are all in collusion together to try to bring me down.
When the surveillance footage showed up of him punching a female comedian, that shifted everything. Not because of the rumors, but because of the video. And video changes the argument. Corey said TMZ ruined his life. He said gigs are canceling, he can't book shows, he joked about welfare, but here's the hard truth. TMZ didn't throw a punch. The camera didn't throw a punch. Accountability isn't cancel culture. It's a consequence.
I don't understand why people are acting like, well, let me speak for myself. I ain't about to switch up shit. I'm not in the industry. You can't make me scared to speak from the heart. And if I ever say something that ain't right, I say, yo, I f that up. I f that up. Have I made jokes that I'm like, ha ha, ooh, I pushed the line on that one. Let me cool out. Yes, it's part of how a man like me from Robert Taylor housing projects is able to make a living out here in the game. I'm not with the industry where I have to watch what I say. And that might be my issue. You ain't got no filter. I mean, I want a filter. I want to be respected, and I feel like I am respected by people who go to comedy shows, because when you see me at a comedy show, you get it. I watch people who don't like me, and I could tell start laughing.
What happened to that one guy? What did he say?
That means a lot when you can win over people that ain't even got the best intentions by you. I win them over because I'm talented, and all this stuff where y'all are talking about people getting cancer it's okay. It's okay. Somebody said stay struggling. Okay, if I'm struggling, I love this struggle.
As they chime in, as they're actually on the show, inside the chat. Okay.
I love my struggle. My struggle is real. Now, I'm not gonna lie. It's not fair that a whole bunch of black bloggers can get paid to talk about a man they don't even know. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. If it done went that far, I can see if you follow my career and then you got something to say about me. These motherfuckers don't even know me. They just got paid to say something. And when they say, that's why I said, snap, get a picture of who they are. And what we gonna do, we gonna have this audit of everybody and how they got paid to do it. Cause this is an easy game, but I'm just...
Now listen to the energy. Everybody is a hater. Everybody is getting paid. Every blogger is distracting people from something bigger. Small YouTube channels are targets. He gonna find us. He gonna take our money. This is not strategy. This is deflection. And deflection is a dangerous place to live. Because when you believe everybody critiquing you is an enemy, you stop self-reflecting. And when you stop self-reflecting, you stop growing. Corey thinks getting offended is a weakness in the audience. He thinks if you get offended, it's something wrong with you. It's never about what he said. It's always about how you took it. That philosophy worked in a different era. It worked when shock value was currency. It worked when misogyny was marketable. It worked when stage presence wasn't clipped and archived online forever. But 2026 is not 1986. Comedians have adapted. Musicians have adapted. Performers have adapted. The world has adjusted. Corey seems to be the only person who thinks the world should just stay the same. And that's not rebellion, that's stagnation. Even before the footage went viral, people were walking out his shows.
Well, now on the free trial. God damn, come on, Joe.
All you ladies up front, especially if you with a man, that man wanted to be seen with you in the front of this motherfucker. That's a boss ass nigga you with, goddammit. You bitches up there got to step your game up. Oh, you following the nice bitches, goddammit. You have to stop fucking who you want to fuck and fuck who you have to fuck. It's all funny looking niggas up front, but they got life. Handsome nigga in sight up front. These both niggas are Kansas City.
Not because they were soft, but because the material was recycled. Misogyny don't age well when it's not evolving. Controversy don't age well when it's not clever. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. For years, it was easy to blame Hollywood. It was easy to say they don't want a real one. But when you nearly fight a guest on your own show,
ain't no, cause you ain't gonna do shit. Cause you're not gonna do
Come
shit.
at me with that shit again, nigga.
Shit. You're not gonna
Come
do
at me
shit.
with. See, I suck in, nigga.
We can go
I'll
out back
show you
right now.
who the fuck I am.
We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say that shit.
We can go out back right now.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit.
Hey,
No, it's just not respect.
I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling. Don't
when
leave.
you punch a comedian, when you threaten small creators, when you say everybody is against you, at some point, you gotta see that the common denominator is you. This ain't about hate. This is about trajectory. When an underdog sabotages his own platform, you can't keep blaming the system, because this ain't just about one incident. This is about a mindset that says, if they talking about me, it must be a plot. Corey is framing this like there's a machine working against him.
It's the hottest thing on the internet. Y'all took away. I took over the Epstein file. Shit, the Epstein
Until
file
they released
got shit on me.
Oh my God.
Which is what they wanted in the first place. I just didn't think they would use me. Just like with me, you would think with the they have been paid to do, like I say, ask them, did somebody pay you to put this up? Because you ain't even in his demographic. People pay people. This is the first time I've ever seen it. The big media network came out, said something about me. They said, oh, that ain't the way to go. We have paid these bloggers to say stuff about Corey. You're not finna stop my core audience. You gonna make the lames who don't know nothing about me.
Bloggers are paid. Media is distracting people from bigger stories. Every trend involving his name is strategic. That sounds powerful, but it also sounds paranoid. When you start believing you important enough for a national conspiracy to distract from federal files, you are no longer analyzing reality. You protecting your ego, and ego is expensive because ego don't like accountability. Ego don't like admitting I may have handled that wrong. Ego don't like saying I could have de-escalated that. There was a time when Corey's rebellion felt authentic. He felt like the guy that wouldn't bend, the guy who stood 10 toes down in the room. But there's a difference between standing firm and refusing to evolve. Comedy is a living organism. The great ones adjust. They study the room. They shift with culture without losing their edge. Corey seems to believe evolution is compromise. But staying the same while the world moves on don't make you real. It make you outdated. Now, let's talk about the core audience. He believes they loyal. He believes they riding. But loyalty is conditional when performance declines. If the content don't grow, if the themes don't expand, if every week it's another rant about how you being targeted, people start tuning out. Not because they hate you, but because they bored. There's a difference between controversial and repetitive. There's a difference between raw and stuck. And when people start walking out of your shows, when bookings slow down, when clips go viral for the wrong reasons, you have to ask a question. Is it everybody else or is it me? And this is where the small creative threat becomes a mistake. Because when you down, you don't declare war on the internet. You don't threaten people for covering a trending story that involves you. That don't make you strong. That makes you look fragile. The strong move in silence. The strong move is rebuilding. The strong move is saying, I'm gonna fix what I can control. Not, I'm gonna punish anybody who talk about me. When you start swinging at every critic, you telling the world that the criticism hurts. And here's the part that's really sad to watch. Corey used to feel like the underdog. Now he feels like a man fighting his own shadow. Fighting media, fighting bloggers, fighting the industry, fighting his own audience. When you fighting everybody, you just exhausting yourself. And exhaustion leads to decline. Look, I'm gonna say something everybody should already know. Pride can destroy what talent built. You can be funny, you can be original, you can be fearless, and still sabotage yourself if you never stop to self-evaluate. Corey's story right now is not about cancel culture. It's about collision. Collision between who he thinks he is and who the world thinks he is now. When those two things stop aligning, you either adjust or you dig in. Digging in feels strong. It feels like I ain't bowing to nobody. But sometimes digging in is just fear disguised as principle. Fear of admitting maybe I went too far. Fear of saying, I could have handled that differently. Fear of letting go of an identity that used to work. The hardest part about evolving is understanding that the old version of you ain't enough no more. Not because you weak, but because the environment changed. Comedy is not immune to time. What got laughed 20 years ago might get side eyes today. Not because people are soft, but because people are more aware, more exposed, more connected. When your response to that shift is everybody else is wrong, you locked yourself out of growth. And growth is the only thing that will sustain a career. Here's the truth that hurts the most. The industry did not force a camera to record. Bloggers didn't force a swing. Fans didn't write your material. At some point, ownership has to enter the room. Ownership don't mean self-hate. It means self-correction. And self-correction is powerful. It can reset the narrative, it can restore the trust, and it can shift the energy. But deflection can't do that. Conspiracies can't do that. You can't out-yell a video clip. You can't out-rant public perception. You can only outgrow it. And that requires humility. Not the humility of being quiet, but the humility of saying, I need to adjust. That's not weakness, that's survival. Corey built the platform by being unfiltered. That platform can still exist, but it has to mature. It has to evolve. It has to show that standing on business don't mean standing still. Because if you don't evolve, you don't get canceled, you get replaced. And replacement is much quieter than cancellation. This ain't a hate video, it's a mirror video. For Corey, for any creator, for anybody who thinks the world owes them the same response forever. The world doesn't owe us permanence, it owes us opportunity. What we do with that opportunity determines how long we stay relevant. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.